Hi everyone, lovely to see everyone again. It's nice to see the CBC family. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying the sunny weather and also a bit of rain and finding it okay being at home. So today we're going to be looking at self-control. Some of you might have heard of this word before, but some of you, it might be quite new. But I have to say it is quite an important word. And the word self-control means to use your emotions and impulses and the ability to control those so that you respond appropriately. And this is something we're going to look at today and in the story as well. But I've got a little video of my dog and we're going to see how good is her self-control.
Leave, 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 leave. Take it.
Good girl. So it's quite interesting to see my dog and how she actually had pretty good self-control over that treat. But there might have been because we can't train her, to be honest. But she was quite cool. But also other examples of how self-control needs to be demonstrated is, I'm going to give you 3. Some of them, I have to say, I struggle with also. So the first one is, controlling your emotions on not demanding to have stuff straight away and being like, actually, I can wait to buy this later. I don't need this game straight away or this new pair of shoes. I've got loads. And actually being wise and saying, I don't need it right now. Another one might be, there's a slice of cake that you really want. Be like, actually, if I did a bit more work or just went and did something else, it would still be there. And I can have it later, and I think I'd value it even more later. So having that self-control to be like, actually, I can wait. And thirdly, another example which I struggle with quite a bit is actually not taking the opportunity to wind up your sibling, which in my case would be my brother or my parents, and actually choosing to value them and have self-control and not wind them up. And I have to say, it's not an easy one, but it's really important. So we also know that Jesus demonstrated self-control. And that isn't the story we're going to be looking at today, but we're going to be looking at a story that Jesus has told. And I'm really excited to share it with you. This story we're going to be looking at is normally called The Prodigal Son. And it is about a father who has 2 sons. And this father has been saving up money for his sons so that when he passes, they can survive and have a good foundation for the future. However, one of his sons, his youngest, decides he doesn't want to wait for his money and gets the guts to ask his dad, can I have my share of the money that you've been saving for us? And this father is so loving and kind and generous that he agrees to this. He says, yes, I will give you your money now. And so he puts it in a money pouch. However, I don't have a money pouch, so I have got my money box. Rather nice and pink, isn't it? So the son gets his money pouch, money box, and gathers his possessions and heads off to the next city. And while he's there, he begins to spend this money, spending it on new things, giving it to friends or new friends he's just met, and just he's buying loads of new things, gambling, and soon enough, this money, which it looks pretty full, begins to just get empty, and just eventually all the money's gone. It's completely empty, and the son's friends he thought were his friends suddenly just disappeared. They were no longer there. They weren't there to support him and care for him, and this made the son really upset. He had no money to survive. He was going to starve, but he has an idea. I'm going to get some work. So he becomes a pig farmer. It's back again. And he's working hard and earning a bit of money, but actually this money isn't very much. And he realises the pigs are eating more food than him, which is not good. And actually the pigs were like the lowest job ever. And so this son had gone from having so much money to the nothing. And this just made him really upset. And he realises that actually if he went back to his father and apologised and asked for forgiveness and was like, can I become your worker? He realised the workers there, they got food, they had shelter, they worked hard, but actually they were being able to be provided for. So the son decided, I'm going to go back and ask for forgiveness and say, I've sinned against you and God. Please, I am no longer worthy to be your son, but please can I be a worker? And so he heads off. He walks back to his village. And his father's out there every day, waiting for his son to come back. And on this day, he looks very far and sees his son is walking. He's coming back. And instead of his father just waiting there for him to get to the house, he takes up his shoes and starts running towards his son. He opens his arms wide, ready for a hug, because his heart is full of love and joy, which is so beautiful and amazing to see. And we're going to stop the story here. And I've got some questions for us, which are going to come up on the screen. And I'd love it if you guys could pause it. And with whoever you're with, or if you're by yourself, just to reflect and discuss these questions and how self-control has either been demonstrated in this story or how it hasn't. And just to discuss and look at this story in greater depth. So we're coming to the end of our time together and we're going to look at the application part. And so we are living in a world that expects everything to be now. And I have to say, I think there is a general lack of patience and appreciation for what we've got at this moment in time, how blessed we are. And like in this story, the father realised that his son needed to experience that loss to realise how important it is to have self-control and to value what you've already got. And like that father ran to embrace his son, our Heavenly Father is there waiting. He's waiting for us to turn to him, to ask for help and ask for forgiveness, to try things again, so that we can grow in self-control. And so when we do things wrong, it's actually, that's okay. We can come and ask our Father for forgiveness and to try and grow in our self-control. And so I want to ask you, in what ways can you look at your life, look at how you do it, and how can you become more patient, and how can you demonstrate more self-control? Can you remember a situation which actually wasn't handled very well, and how could you do it differently? So when you're in that situation again, it won't end in that way. So I'd love to leave that with you, just to reflect on. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and enjoy it. See you soon. Bye.